What does the addition of Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson mean for the Dolphins? We're going to be talking about that today. Very excited. How that impacts the Dolphins' future, playoff chances, even Super Bowl chances. Before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. We're going to get straight to it. Very excited for this video. Bradley Chubb, huge addition. As most of you guys have heard, he's gonna complement Jalen Phillips very, very well. 2 top 15 pass rushers at putting pressure on the quarterback, something that the Dolphins struggled to do. And then Jeff Wilson, they added Jeff Wilson. So how does this impact the Dolphins is the question. So the Dolphins, in the offseason, they traded for Tyreek Hill, signed Teron Armstead, signed Raheem Mostert, and really things were before the season, questions were, not questions, but really like Tua, either way, Tua's not going to be able to carry this team and take them to the playoffs. Their Dolphins aren't good enough to compete with the teams like the Bills, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and then the other thing was that with Tua can't throw deep. He's not going to be able to get the ball to Tyreek Hill. How does this affect this? We've seen what Tua has been able to do. He's obviously quieted all that. But those were the questions at the beginning of the season. I had them going to the playoffs either way. But Super Bowl, I was kind of like, yeah, I thought it was possible. But seeing how the defense struggled, I thought it was going to be difficult to do that. And then all of a sudden, with the addition of Bradley Chubb, where you need a guy or a group of guys to be able to contain the quarterback, get to the quarterback, these star quarterbacks in the AFC, like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. So really, I mean, you need pass rushers, you need guys to get to the quarterback to stop them. And Dolphins went out and signed Bradley Chubb for $110 million, 5-year contract. Bradley Chubb has played against Patrick Mahomes for his young NFL career, 2 times a year for when he's been healthy. So kind of knows, but this is huge. Like, I feel like this is the move. Like when the Bills got Von Miller, not the Bills, sorry. Last year when the Rams got Von Miller, they kind of needed that guy another guy to help out with Aaron Donald. They got that other guy, and that helped them win the Super Bowl. And then really kind of the same thing with him going to the Bills. We've seen that this year. They were able to beat the Chiefs, which they weren't able to do last year. And really just added another guy to put them over the top. I think that's what he's gonna do. We've already beat Josh Allen. We beat the Bills. We also beat Lamar Jackson on the Ravens. Lost to Joe Burrow, but we know what happened that game. And then we faced Justin Herbert later in the year. I think that this changes. These 2 moves, not only Bradley Chubb, but Jeff Wilson as well, changed the outlook for the rest of the season. We play the Bears on Sunday. Have my prediction up for that one if you want to look at that video. But so we play the Bears. I think we'll win that game. We're going to go over the rest of the season schedule now. So Bears, I think we'll win that one. Browns, I think we'll win that one. Then we have a bye. Then we play the Texans. I think we'll win that Texans game. And then after that, we have a stretch of games. So I think we'll be 8-3 before we start that 2-game West Coast trip and then going up to Buffalo. So 8-3, I think that you could compete with the Niners. I think you might lose that one, especially that they're at home. So that puts us at 8-4. Then I think that we'll beat the Chargers. I think we have the guys. Chargers have struggled. I think that we match up with them well. Maybe Tua comes out and tries to have a statement game. We've seen the receipts he's been keeping, especially that it's against Herbert. So I think they'll win that one. That'll move them to 9-4. I think it'll be really hard for us to beat Buffalo in Buffalo, especially when it's December, and it's freezing cold up there. Maybe even snow. I don't see us winning that one. So then that puts us at 9-5. Then we play the Packers on Christmas at home. I think we will win that one. That moves us to 10-5. And then we have the Patriots and Jets, the last two games of the season. Potentially two teams that are competing for the playoffs as well. I think that that Patriots game is away, but I think that this team, Bradley Chubb is going to make a big difference, and I think we'll win that game, and I think we'll also beat the Jets and be 12-5. So I think we're going to finish off the season great. I don't think we're going to win the division. We could go 13. We could go 13 and we could go 13-4 and not really win the division. I think the Bills are just gonna be too good. They're one of the better teams in the league, not just the AFC. So I think 12-5 for this team. Maybe a 5 seed where you go 4-5. So I think we're gonna make the playoffs as a higher wild card seed. But what does this mean for our Super Bowl chances? So we're going to go back to the questions. The question was, can Tua keep up with, and can this offense, not just Tua, keep up with high-scoring offenses and stuff like that? Dolphins have scored points, against the Lions. They scored points. I know it wasn't a shootout or anything, but they were able to score points. That offense was very explosive, and for a majority of the game, could have had another scoring opportunity where they scored 38, but that led to a fumble, but that was whatever. But then we had another game where played the Ravens, won 42-38, putting that much amount of points up early in the season. Showed that our offense could really get things together. Then we beat the Bills at home. So really, our offense with Tua has been great. I don't think it's in the come playoff time you need to score points, but most likely let's look right now the standings. It's week 9 right now. The Bills are at 1. Then at 2 we have the Tennessee Titans. Then at 3 the Chiefs, which they both play each other this week. Then at 4 the Ravens. 5 the Jets. 6 the Dolphins. 7 the Chargers. 8 the Patriots. 9 the Bengals. And 10 the Colts. Just the top 10 there. If you're a wild card team, you're most likely gonna play quarterbacks in the first round. Quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and then Ryan Tannehill. But they have Derrick Henry, so it really kind of makes up for that difference. But you need your guys to put pressure, like I've been saying, and I think that puts us in the same kind of tier as those teams. I think we can make people might say it like a Bengals type run where it's a surprising team, but I don't think so. I think this team is expected to not expected, but I think they can with the guys they have around. I think they can beat anyone. They beat the Bills. I don't care what you guys say oh, they didn't have Jordan Poyer, they were at home. That home thing doesn't matter because when people play in Buffalo, I don't hear that, oh, it's too cold up there excuse from those Buffalo fans or anything when they're winning games. But nothing against Buffalo fans. Actually, they have some classy fans up there. Donated after to Tua's foundation, I believe, is where it was. After he got injured, so respect for them, for some of them that did that. But yeah, back to the Super Bowl conversation. I think it's very possible that we can do this. Like, we have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, two top five wide receivers in the league. Tua playing like a top 10 quarterback in the league. Doesn't matter what you guys say it is. He is playing like a top 10 quarterback, and that's being like, that's not even where I think he is. I think he's playing higher than that, but that's just being like not putting him too high or anything. Top 10 at worst, I think. Then you have Teron Armstead, top tackle in the league. Raheem Mostert running the ball really well. Jeff Wilson out of the backfield, top 15 in yards, and he's missed a few games in the league this season. And then you also have Gesicki, can go up and get it. Brandon Shell's playing very well. I think he was we picked him up this year. Playing well. Austin Jackson coming back, and then on defense you have. This is we're talking about when fully healthy come playoff time. So you'd have Byron Jones. Hopefully he comes back. Xavier Howard, Javon Holland, Kader Kohu, or Keon Crossan, whichever one would play that third spot. Then you have Jerome Baker. Then on that defensive front you have Bradley Chubb combined with Jalen Phillips on the edge. You have Ogba, you have Wilkins. So really, like, I think this team from top to bottom can compete with anyone. So yeah, I think Super Bowl expectations are realistic. Tua said it. They're not afraid to talk about it. So I'm excited to see how this team plays the rest of the season. Very, very excited for that stretch of games against the Niners, the Chargers, the Bills. I want to see how they play. We might get more of an idea if we are Super Bowl caliber or not. But I think we are. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys think we are a Super Bowl caliber team. If you do, why? If you don't, why? Why do you think? What do you think's holding us back? But yeah, other than that, we're done. We're done with the video. For all of you guys that watched up to now, I really appreciate it. All you guys supporting the channel and watching the videos. But that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe. Fins up.